If you've spent any time looking into tech education lately, you know the feeling. You try to figure out if you need a $15,000 boot camp, a Coursera certificate, or a free coding path, ending up paralyzed by conflicting advice. There is a massive industry built on the promise that a credit card transaction guarantees a smooth career transition. You buy the course, watch the videos, and wait for the job offer. The reality is harsher. Selecting a learning format that clashes with your lifestyle leads to an abandoned curriculum, wasted capital, and a certificate that hiring managers ignore. Raw information is free on the internet. A paid course is an investment in curation, a system for accountability, and market-recognized proof. Your intent dictates which branch you follow. The path forward changes based on whether you need a career pivot, a solution for a work project, or have no available budget. Success requires matching the constraints of an educational platform to the actual constraints of your daily life. The first archetype includes university-backed Coursera programs and intensive instructor-led boot camps. These are heavy lifts. They require 3 to 6 months of your life, demanding 10 to 20 hours a week to tackle rigid, graded assignments and strict deadlines. You endure that friction to build a capstone project. By the end, you have a tangible application that demonstrates you can execute the work. That proof is what gets you past applicant tracking systems. These automated resume screeners look for specific keywords, and credentials from established universities or recognized boot camps trigger those systems. The trade-off is steep. Boot camps demand massive upfront capital, while Coursera uses a subscription model that penalizes you if you fall behind. These schedules are difficult to balance with a demanding full-time job. If your work hours are unpredictable, if your budget is shrinking, or you need tools by Friday, this path is a poor fit. With a credential builder, you are essentially buying your way into the interview room with concrete evidence of your skills. The second archetype consists of micro-learning platforms like LinkedIn Learning and introductory Tripwire courses. These provide low-friction access. For a small fee, you get video-heavy courses focused on specific software features or click-by-click tutorials. You use these to solve immediate problems. If your team adopts Agile or you need to learn Tableau for a presentation, you can acquire that targeted skill over a single weekend. What you gain in speed, you lose in depth. These platforms generally lack rigorous grading, peer review, and the requirement to generate a portfolio. This chart shows how hiring managers view these programs. While the speed of learning spikes, the proof of competency flatlines. A completion certificate here signals personal interest, not necessarily a deep capacity to execute complex work. These are tools for survivability and optimization in your current role, rather than a resume overhaul. The final archetype consists of purely self-taught routes and open-source curriculums like the Odin Project. The financial cost is zero. In exchange, you get reading-heavy documentation that requires you to use professional developer tools from day one. The difficulty here is the lack of a built-in forcing function. Without deadlines or financial skin in the game, initial enrollments are high, but the completion rate plummets when the material becomes difficult. A common insight in the tech community is that high tuition for a course is often a tax to purchase live accountability, mentorship, and a structured community. Choosing the free route to protect your wallet makes engineering your own accountability system your first and most critical job. Making the right choice means ignoring platform marketing and matching the course to your specific life constraints. This chart shows how those constraints intersect. The vertical axis measures how much external structure and proof you need. The horizontal axis measures your resources, from being time-rich and cash-poor to cash-rich and time-poor. A career pivoter with no tech background maps to the top right quadrant with boot camps and Coursera. You accept the financial and time burden of this quadrant because you require the portfolio and credibility to pass through recruiter screening. An agile upscaler who is currently employed maps to the bottom right quadrant with LinkedIn Learning and Scrimba. This profile trades credential prestige for speed, low friction, and profile integration. A hustler with massive drive but no capital lands in the bottom left quadrant with the Odin Project and self-curation. You avoid tuition fees by investing massive amounts of time and raw effort to build your own communities and accountability. Evaluate your wallet, your calendar, and your internal discipline before spending a dime. Success depends on committing to the platform that aligns with your specific reality.